Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody who has made the decision and, I don't know, found the confidence to decide that it's time to head your way. Whether this is someone who's buying a plane ticket, or someone who's hopped into a car, or someone who's decided that they need to be the first person to reach out in a no contact situation, this is a step towards reconciliation or finding a way to work through a problem or make their emotions known to you. So a little bit of boldness. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, April. How you doing? Hello, Keegan Chole. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, Hope. How's it going? So I just had to show you again how adorable this card is. Well, so is the Chariot, really. But again, this is somebody who feels like it's time to make a move. And this is the Situations deck. Let's see what else we've got for you. Hello, Famous Shamus. What's up? Sounds good, April. What else do we have? We have Archangel Michael, protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention, and trash, discarding, throwing out. So this could be someone who is headed your way or has decided to choose you, even though there was some sort of blockage here, maybe a family that's a little bit judgmental, maybe a friend that was not supportive, maybe it was even some sort of work obligation that was unreasonable, but they have had to adjust or cut something out of their life because they feel like they needed to protect the opportunity or the connection that they have with you. Hello, Parvis. How are you doing? Hello, Holy Yoga. How's your day? Hello, Holy Ghost. Hello, Antonio. So we have the Divine Feminine, Desire, and Entrapment. Okay, so whoever is our Chariot individual here could have Cancer in their chart, by the way. This is someone who had a very strong temptation in another direction. Someone who felt like they could manipulate or control your person. Maybe there was a financial reason that they wanted to keep this person stuck, but they were trying to show their best, most compassionate, loving side in order to fool this individual into choosing them. So again, this could be a family person, this could be a friend, or this could be somebody who was expressing interest in them. But there was a motivation that was a bit selfish that caused a third party to get in between the two of you. Hi, Nin. I'm going to put you in just a little timeout there because you are spamming the live chat, which nobody really enjoys. Nonetheless, I hope you have a good day. Hello, little Toogie. How are you doing? Oh, no, I don't think we're going to be doing that. You've underestimated the situation. Hello, Sam. How are you doing? Yeah, so either we have someone who's been very judgmental or perhaps even jealous that you have this love connection. Someone who is trying to control the dynamic or control you or your person. But that has failed, and there's been a reassessment or somebody who has read the room. I'm not interested in this other person, or I'm not going to let this third party get in between the person I love and me. For some of you, there's a person who is throwing themselves at your person, very much so trying to seduce them. Because they're petty, because they don't want to admit they lost, because they feel like they can ruin something else. Not very good motivations from this third party, but the good news is it seems like they've been shown the door. They're not being taken seriously. This is the Tarot of the Nile. Hello, Beast. How you doing? I don't know about that. Hello, Tane. How are you doing? This is a tarot reading. Hello, Goblin. This is a general reading, and about 30 or 35 minutes in, which is about 30 minutes away, I do personal questions for those who tip or donate. You can also donate memberships. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, I feel like we have somebody who has said, I'm not letting this friendship or this ex or whoever it is cause me to miss out on being with the person that I love. So I'm going to make sure that I'm able to deliver that message or reconcile with that person, because currently we're at a distance and I don't like it. I miss them, and I'm not going to be happy settling for this knockoff version. I'll just put it that way. Six of Wands in the reverse. So an attempt to get your person to choose someone else has failed, and they are choosing you. Decision made. And I do feel that your person is confident in that decision. I know I've made the right decision. I know there's going to be someone who's mad at me about it. There's probably someone who's going to be trying to talk me out of it all the time, but that's okay. I'm still capable of making my own decisions, right? Hello, 85. How are you doing? Seven of Cups. There's some illusion here. Like, I don't tell anyone that I took the day off, and that means that I can leave or take care of what I need to without people like scrutinizing my every move, because I know someone's going to be mad about it. Yeah, I'm just going into work, no big deal, but really I'm hopping in the car and driving 4 hours away, or even hopping on a plane. This is like, I can't tell you what I'm really doing, because then you would try to find some way to cause a problem, right? Six of Swords. I'm telling you, they're traveling. And the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, they're coming back around to see the person that they feel is their soulmate, and letting go of the judgments from an ex, a romantic rival of yours, or someone in their family that is judgmental and maybe feels like your relationship should not be committed or exclusive or serious. This is the Tarot of the Cat People. Hello, Chris. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? Did one of them flip? No. All right. What else do we have? Nine of Wands in the reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. I know you don't think that I should be with this person, or I know that you're not, you know, the biggest fan, but that's okay. You don't have to agree with me. Justice in the reverse. So I have not told this person what I've decided. I'm, you know, traveling or going to meet up with the person that is not approved, or the person that someone is very jealous of, and I'm choosing them because I see I can't really make things work with the original plan or with whatever this person thinks I should be doing. Tell me more. King of Wands, Nine of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords. This person has enacted boundaries, established clear communication that they are not interested in. Maybe it's like your person's mother is trying to set them up with like the childhood best friend. Or, hey, you know, my coworker has a child your age, you two would make a perfect couple. there's something here about saying that's not what I want. I know that's not what I want, and I know that what I want is not what you want for me, but we're just going to either have to agree to disagree, or we're not going to be able to communicate with each other. I'm not going to make decisions in my love life just to make you happy. It's, after all, my love life, right? So whoever they have to have this conversation with, could be an ex, could be somebody in their family. They are communicating this, but also keeping to themselves that they have plans to see the person they love. Because I know you don't think that we're good for each other. I know you wouldn't choose this person for me, but I'm not going to reject them just because you feel like it's not the right choice. You got to choose, or maybe you didn't, but I'm going to choose my person. I don't think there's room for negotiation for this person. They're just stating the facts. This is the Graffiti Tarot. Hello. Big Duke, how are you doing? Hello, Freedom. Hello, Lauren, how are you doing? Hello, it's Anita. Hello, Grosh, how are you doing? So we've got the High Priestess in the reverse and the Nine of Cups. The heart wants what the heart wants. I tried to do things your way and it didn't make me happy, or, you know, someone is giving you advice, trying to tell you what it is that you should want, or your person, but they're really just thinking about themselves. You know, this is what works out for me. This is what I want for you because it benefits me. And I don't think that's going to work anymore. This Chariot individual with the Queen of Swords energy who's enacting boundaries is like, nah. See, if I lived my life the way that you want me to, I wouldn't be happy. So, like, what's the point? It's a no for me, dog. So, very independent energy. Maybe we'll see the Nine of Pentacles or the Emperor. Knight of Wands, fast-moving energy. And the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like somebody has secured a new job or has done the work they needed to have something set up for themselves. Found a place to live, you know, or at least like, hey, I've talked to my friend from college. I'm able to stay there for a month while I, you know, look around and see what works for me. There's already a plan in motion, and I really do feel like there's travel already like paid for or planned. The Tower in the reverse. But I'm not going to tell you that that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you about my travel because it's need to know and I don't trust you. So whoever this judgy person is, or the one who is the block between you and your soulmate, that's how they would call it anyways, is not getting the information about this travel. They're intentionally kept in the dark because they have a problem with meddling or sabotaging plans. Hello, JB. How are you doing? Hello, Anthony. Lauren, go ahead and keep the private information to yourself. I don't need that to do readings. Hello, Think. How are you doing? Hello, Optical. The Empress, the Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Yeah. I know that you have different plans or expectations, or I know that you feel like you get to have a say, but the reality is it's my choice who I love or who I invest in, who I get married to perhaps, who I have a family with, and I've made my choice. Yeah, I don't think this family member or ex is very happy because previously they were able to kind of control or at the very least influence the decisions of the Chariot, who now is not willing to be influenced. I know what I want, and that's what I'm going to do. Learn, I do just need the questions and then I associate a name with it, but that's all I need as far as actually being able to do the questions. And I do prioritize those associated with a tip or a donation. And I do like to do freebies. Those tend to be if they are like spiritual growth type questions. I will be honest though, I'm getting a little bit hungry, so this might be one of my shorter readings today. Yeah, some people are a little bit too comfortable with that concept, trying to control other people's lives. So we have Archangel Uriel, the 7th chakra, and that is the root chakra, which talks about self-preservation, and the man holding a coin. So this would be the Chariot individual. Does not have to be a man, but this is somebody who's taking action towards what they want with regards to stability or their domestic bliss. In other words, they want to reconcile with someone, or they want to see the person that they love, even though they may not be the approved partner. Whoever this person is that feels like they get to have a say. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, and strategy. See, the thing that's going really well, though, is that this Chariot individual knows what they're doing, and they are withholding some information so that that sabotaging third party doesn't really have the ability to sabotage anything. So this is someone who's not a fool and is taking the correct precautions prior to traveling towards you or finding an opportunity to speak with you in person. That being said, there are still some risks here, right? This is What's the News. What else do we have? We have bye Felicia, peace and out, thank you next, leaving and not caring. So they've decided there's no one who can talk them out of this. They know there's going to be a disappointment from that third party who's judgy, but that's like, well, I'm sorry, maybe you shouldn't be so tied up in what I choose for my own life. It doesn't mean that you get to, make me feel bad for choosing what I want. This is someone who could be self-medicating or dealing with some irrational behavior, the controlling ex or family member that is, and they were feeling like they could kind of manipulate or love bomb this individual and get their way, especially if this is someone who's trying to seduce your person or who is an ex. But there are too many pieces of information here that tell the Chariot that that's a horrible idea, or, I don't want to be set up with that person, or I don't want to go back to being with you. They are very set and decided, right? I know what I want and you can't change my mind. So I guess not a chance for that third party that's trying to make the decision for them. Hello, Shelly. How are you doing today? Hello, David. David, I do like quick personal questions on the live streams at about like 30 or 35 minutes in for a quick tip, like $3 to $10. But generally, those that want like a longer form reading would email me, which is in the description box. And I offer readings up to 70 minutes long, and they start at $40 USD. So yes, thank you, April, for clarifying. This is the Voyage of the Soul. What else do we have? We have Metamorphosis and Pathway. I know what I need in my life, or I know what's going to make me happy, and even if that means we have a little bit of distance, or I choose something that you didn't really want me to choose, that's okay. We'll find a way to work through it. Or, maybe you need to adjust your expectations as far as how much influence you can have on my life. Because this could be somebody that they're trying to co-parent with, right? But this is not a decision that is up for discussion. Channel, downloads, claircognizance, flashes, information, and deliver. Celebrate, accomplishment, reunion, invitation, event, and festival. So this is that reconciliation or that come together moment, the reason why somebody is traveling. Maybe they want to go to a concert with you. Maybe there's some holiday festival. Maybe they want to spend a New Year's with you. But this is someone who has done a lot of reflecting on what's important to them, and they're willing to take the risk. They're willing to upset somebody who's very judgmental on their life and do what they want to do. I'm going to put you in just a little timeout because you keep repeating the same thing and it is spamming the live chat. I would ask you when you return to please be a little bit more, I guess, conservative with how many messages you're sending if they are exactly the same. Let's get just a little bit more tarot for you. We'll go with the... what do we want? We'll go with the Hocus Pocus Tarot. What else do we have regarding this Chariot? Maybe we need to find out more about their love interest. What's going on as far as the Chariot's love interest? This person is single, so this could be you. With the 8 of Pumpkins or 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, this is like an unencumbered energy, somebody who is able to make decisions and is like open, right? Open-hearted, open-minded. But with the 9 of Swords, there is some anxiety or stress. I feel like whoever you are, this is someone who's wondering, am I actually going to hear from this Chariot individual again? There's some heartbreak or sense of frustration, even betrayal, because you feel like this person was only willing to invest so much in the connection before they disappeared or before they started to feel maybe guilty for pursuing something with you. Hello, Tuxedo. How are you doing? Hello, Michael. Hello, user. How are you doing? Excuse me. Queen of Swords again. So we could have Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra energy featured prominently in your chart or theirs. But we have, I feel like for most of you, this is a family interference or an ex. The 10 of Pentacles could be a reference to someone you had previously had a long-term relationship with, or somebody that you have a family with, or, like I said, actual family of yours, like a mother. But this person is sitting in judgment of the life that someone wants to choose, either you or your person, and communicating discontent or anger over something not being considered, such as setting someone up on a blind date or reconsidering going back to the ex. This Chariot individual is saying, I'm not interested in someone making my plans for me. I'm not interested in going backwards. I don't feel like that's the person for me or that that's the right place for me. I've already made my choice. So I do feel like this is someone who's probably moving away. If at the very least it's a trip, right? I know who I want to be with. I'm going to go visit them in person. Adios. What else do we have? I'm glad to hear that. Oh, and just so you all know, tomorrow I will be doing a look into 2026 for all 12 of the astrological signs. I will divide them up into separate live streams, so don't worry, I will label them for you, but just so you know to look for that tomorrow. So we have the Page of Lightning or Page of Swords and the Master, which is the Devil. The 6 of Candles or 6 of Wands in the reverse, and the 9 of Potions or 9 of Cups in the reverse. I do feel like this is the third party that was getting in the way of things. Finding out after the Chariot has already left and there's nothing they can do to sabotage it, that this person has in fact left and is on their way to that other love interest or to that love interest that they don't deem like approved. So their little campaign to keep the two of you apart is failing or has failed, and they don't get what they want. I feel like there's a little bit of a temper tantrum here, a little bit of a screaming match, or maybe even an angry phone call to the Chariot asking if this person really did just up and leave town. Hello, Croissant. Hello, Lemonade. Hello, Carl. How we doing? RIP to MTV. Yeah, I agree with that one. So let's get a little bit from the Path of Shadows and see why this third party seems so intent on keeping the two of you apart. What else do we have? Abandoned Carnival and the Harpy. What once was vibrant remains now silenced and still. This place held laughter, even if now no one could believe. So maybe this was fun for a while. Maybe I enjoyed living with you, or maybe I enjoyed, staying in, this neighborhood or whatever it is. But it's lost its charm. It's not where I want to be. I want my own place, or I want to establish my own path. It doesn't need to be like chosen by you every time. A creature of many guises, in storms I soar, amid virtues and vices, a reflection of life's score. This is someone who feels threatened that if the Chariot goes on to reconcile or have a relationship with this person that is not approved or that they are actually jealous of, that there is no hope to revive this thing that used to be great, whatever that might be. A sense of family cohesion, or a sense that, we could make this work even though there's been years of arguments. There's someone who's kind of living in a little bit of a daydream, thinking that something can be revived that has for a long time seemed pretty hopeless or impossible. If y'all spam the chat, I'm going to put you in a timeout, okay? We've got in the realm of twilight where shadows converge, the Grim Reaper's scythe guides souls to the verge. So you are, let's say you're the Chariot. If you are the Chariot, your decision to live your own life and not let somebody else influence, at least not to this degree, what you can choose, and whether or not you need to sacrifice your own happiness for someone else. I feel like you're helping them to understand that the nature of your relationship has changed. Either, hey, I'm an adult now, you don't get to make those choices for me, or hey, we're not in a relationship anymore, I'm gonna be the one that chooses who I'm able to be in a relationship with. There's something here that it's like, this has to change because I'm not that person anymore, or you're not that, like, you don't have the right of refusal, you're not in control the way that you might think. So action, bravery, and determination defines this Chariot's movement towards their love interest, not going to let somebody else change their mind or make them feel guilty for choosing what would make them happy. All right, I actually don't have the personal questions in this reading, and since I'm hungry, I'm probably just gonna leave it there, y'all. But thank you for the likes and the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.